Right. Good morning, afternoon, or good evening to Little Shop 5655. The time is 7:34. The date, the 8th of the 11th, 2021. It's regarding the Fleet by F4 control board. Obviously, I've had issues with it. Obviously, it's one of those ones you power it up with the maximum power. I believe it's an S4. I only put an S3 in it, and obviously this happened. It got extremely hot on the components, and this is result to catastrophic shutdown. Basically, it didn't want to know. I nearly took my fingers out. It took my wiring out. Lucky I didn't have it all wired up properly to the point. I mean, I didn't have it in my quad frame at the time, because that would have been a pain in the ass. It was all wired correctly. I had diagrams to wire it up and everything. Obviously, I don't know if it's one of those ones it got tested but didn't get tested long enough and just got put through. I don't know. Right. Yeah, I use Betaflight. It's all up to date. Obviously, when I put it in, it was working fine until I went into the motor tab. Right, let's put my phone there a minute. Right, I'm going to initialize the board. The board does work on the USB. As you hear it. It's working there, and it's powering up. Right, and it's doing all the protocols of when I do stuff. I stabilize that and that. Right, I could tell you, does all that. I put my Spectrum receiver in. I went for the ports. The ports is still on the exact same port it was when I left it. Configuration tab. It should be on one shot, but I should have changed it. That's the configurations it was on last. The Spectrum receiver, and I don't know if it's burnt that out because that is also a 3.3 volt, and it's a 3.3 volt on the board what I was using. Don't need any of that. That's the receiver what I was using for it, and that was all working fine. The modes still on the exact same mode when I was arming and disarming. The motor tab, and this is where I had to use the battery. It's got all the parts saying it, arming notice and remove propellers and all that jive. I understand the risks. When I switched that on, obviously I had to power it up like what I'm going to do now. It's not going to do nothing, because this is what it's going to do. It's going to show you here and now what it's going to do. Battery, don't care what side, which one it is. This is a 2.2 amp lipo or whatever. Right, and you're going to watch the magic going to happen or not happen. Right, obviously it's still plugged in. Right, I've got no power whatsoever, and it still gets hot. Right, look, battery connected up. Nothing. it got extremely hot where it melted my wires, and I don't think that I don't think it should go to that fart string, especially when it was plugged in to USB as well. So you can draw your own conclusion on it. I'm not happy with it. Being honest, I'd rather have a refund, because I don't want to go through all that again. I would now have to buy a new oh, I forgot what it's called, what receiver it is. I might have to buy a new satellite receiver for my Spectrum, because that's broken now. That's SPM, not sure what number it is, but I can soon follow that through and send it off to you. It should be all there, because that was run on 3.3 volts. I don't know if that's working now. Obviously it just blew straight out. I didn't get no warning. It got very hot within a matter of seconds, and it just fried well, didn't even fry it, just, well, it did, it just melted my wire, like it reflowed my solder for some reason. Alright, let you draw your own conclusion.